Hello and welcome to the tutorial on subtraction. In this tutorial we will learn how to subtract a 4-digit number and tens, and we're going to do this using the horizontal format. Let's begin with our first example. What is 6,387 minus 40? So 6,387 minus 40. Now if we have a look at number 40, just label the columns on the right. We've got units, 0 units. And if we look at the number we're subtracting from, we've got 7 units. So therefore, if we're doing 7 minus 4, the 7 does not change. So no matter whether we are adding or subtracting tens, the units does not change. So now we're going to have a look at the tens. How many tens are we subtracting? We've got 4 tens. And how many are we subtracting from? We've got 8. So let's just draw the arrows across. We've got 8 minus 4. 8 minus 4 is 4. How about the two digits which are left over, the 6 and the 3? Well, in this example, and just in this example, they do not change. Okay, they do not change. Therefore, the answer has become 6,000. Let's put a comma. 300. So those two digits did not change. And have a look at this. 47. The only digit which changed was the 4. The tens. And now that's only in this example. Now let's move on to our second example. This time we have 5,000, let's put a comma, 745, subtract 80. So 5,745 minus 80. Now the same principles apply. We are subtracting 0 units from 5. So therefore the 5 does not change. How about the tens? Well, we're subtracting 8 tens. How many tens do we have in the number we're subtracting from? We have 4 tens. Now 4 minus 8 is something we cannot do. So let's have a look at the hundreds. We've got 7 hundreds. Now combine these two together, we've got 74. This is something we can do. 74 minus 8. 74 minus 8. Now again, at this level, you should be able to do this in your head without the dot method and without head and fingers. If you feel you need to use those, then by all means use those for practice. 74 minus 8 equals 66. So, and the digit we have left over is the 5. That's 5,000. In this example, this does not change. Therefore, 5,745 minus 80 is 5,000, let's put a comma, 665. And there is the 600 and the 660 where this comes from, the 66. Now let's scroll down and work on our final example. This time we have 8,014. 8,014 minus 70. Again, now we're getting into much larger numbers, but the same principles apply. I just want to point something out at this stage. In these examples over here, I'm showing you all the workings out. In time, with a bit of practice, you'll be able to do the questions in your head and write the answer down. So you will not need to do any of the workings. However, that requires practice. So the more you practice, the better you get. So back to our example, 8014 minus 70. Now the same principles. Let's have a look at the units. 4 minus 0. So therefore, the 4 does not change. Okay, that will not change. Now how about the tens? We're subtracting 7 tens. How many have we got on the left hand side? We've got 1. Now 1 minus 7 is something we cannot do. So let's have a look at the hundreds column. Well, the hundreds is 0. So we've still got only 1 minus 7. We have to move across to the thousands column. We've got 8 thousands. So we've got 801. Let's just draw the arrow for this. 801 minus 7. 801 minus 7. The answer is 794. Now I did that in my head, and at this level that's precisely what you should be doing. If you cannot do these in your head, then you need practice. Now in our example, the answer is therefore, start with this, 7,944. 7,944. And in this example, example C, the thousands also changed. The thousands, the hundreds, and the tens changed. It's only the units that did not change. Now let's scroll back up for the summary. So that is how we do subtraction of a 4-digit number and tens using the horizontal format.